Guys, what's going on? I have my sauna right here, and you guys have some questions for me, which I have printed up right here. So I figured that we would do a little live stream of me answering some of your questions because I've had this sauna for just over a year now. I got it November, December of last year, and I use it virtually every night. I may have missed a handful of nights since then. And I absolutely love this thing. So I'm very excited to share with you guys my experiences with it. And if you're interested in it, like I was whenever I saw it at my sister's house for the first time, I put a QR code right here on the screen. So you can simply scan that and it'll take you to Amazon. It's an affiliate link. And you guys can go and check it out for yourself. But the first thing, like the reason why I bought it is that I didn't realize that they made saunas this small of a footprint so that I could put it into our bedroom. That is where our sauna is right now. And so I'm going to show you guys kind of how we got it in here and all that type of stuff. So very excited to give you guys my experience. I also want to go live on Amazon real quick. So let me just hit this button right here and we're going to get the show going and we're going to answer. How many questions did I pull from you guys? I got a total of 25 questions. And so if you guys have any in the chat, let me know. All right, so now we are fully live and we are going to answer your questions today in this live stream about this LifePro Sauna right here. So very excited to give you guys my experiences. I've had it for about 3 years now, I want to say. I need to check this real quick to make sure I have this right. Oh, where is it? Oh, that's the wrong button. Hang on. Trying to figure it out. Oh boy. I can't find the thing for it. I'm trying to find the little chat oh, it's over here. Got it. There we go. So let's get on with it. So the first question is, what are the benefits of using an infrared sauna? Well, an infrared sauna is great, one, just to sweat. That your body is made to sweat and it needs to sweat. It's a great way to kind of remineralize yourself. So whenever I am here in my sauna, I have a cup of water right here that I usually drink. And I actually add electrolytes to it because what I want to do is sweat out some of the stuff that you need to get rid of, all the toxins and whatnot. And then you're going to remineralize yourself with some kind of electrolyte drink. So that's the reason why I like to use a sauna. And I think it's good. I think it's good for your skin to be able to, like, your biology was made to sweat. So let's utilize that. You know, your ancestors, if I had to guess, they probably sweated. So that's, I mean, the main benefit for me is to sweat out everything and then kind of rehydrate with all the other good vitamins and minerals that I can put inside. Number 2, what makes the LifePro one person far infrared sauna different from traditional saunas? So this sauna right here, it doesn't use like a steam that you might find in a traditional sauna. Instead, with this one, you have these panels here. There's 2 on the side, and then there's this big one in the back. And then down below here, there's actually one at the feet. Well, let me see if I can show you guys this. There's that one at the feet down there. And then there's one on the floor as well right there. So you get a lot of heat being pumped in through here. And then right above is a little temperature sensor right up here that measures the temperature that the sauna is getting to so that you can have a good reading. And it kind of, it only goes up to 149. So it clicks off and then it's going to come down for a little bit. If you want to stay in longer, then it'll click back on if you want to if you want to stay in the sauna a little bit longer, which I usually do. So the sensor works well, the heaters work well. But what I like about this is that it doesn't create all that additional moisture in the sauna that you would get from like a steam style of sauna. So I just think it makes it a little bit easier to use. Um, the as far as hooking this thing up, it's literally a 110 plug that you just pop right on in. So works extremely well and super easy to get going whenever you want to get into the sauna. Just simply, it's already plugged in. You just click a few buttons on the little dial up there, and you're good to go. So the next question that you guys had, and by the way, like I said, leave some in chat if you have any questions for me, and I'll be happy to answer. These are just some of the more common questions that I've gotten about it. Does the sauna come fully assembled, or do I need to put it together? Well, like I mentioned, this one you can get on Amazon, and they're not going to ship a bunch of dead air in the middle right here where a human body stands. And so it does come packaged where it does have to be put together. But I did a live stream of me putting together the entire sauna, and with me uncrating it, because it does come in a big crate, and then unboxing it and getting all the pieces out, like the whole shebang from beginning to end. It took me like 2 hours, and that's me like talking through everything with you guys and really making sure you guys understand what I'm doing in the video. So if I had to guess, it would probably take like an hour 15 to an hour 30 to put together. But before we go on to the next question, I want to show you guys like how simple this thing was to put together, because it comes in like this giant thing right here is a piece. This back panel is a piece. This right here, the side panel is a piece. Your bench is 2 pieces. And then you have your floor, which is a piece, and your roof is a piece. So it basically comes in 6 pieces. As far as getting the sides together, again, y'all should go and watch the live stream that I did. But I can show you guys how easy it is to put together. You literally have like these little like trunk latches right here. So you just simply set it up, put this piece. Oh, I guess you have the front piece as well with the door. But you put the pieces together, you latch it. Over there, you put the piece together, you latch it. There's 6 latches on either side. And then on the other side, there's another 6 latches. So that's the main box formation that you're doing. And then once you have the box formed, the door already comes assembled to the frame right there. So you don't have to worry about, handling the glass or anything like that. But once you have that part put together, your bench, you have these 2 pieces put together and your floor piece, and then you're going to add in your bench piece, which is just a few screws around the bench right there. There are some cords that's kind of hidden in the bench, and you just simply plug those in before you feed it on, or actually, no, it's already fed through there. You just literally have to plug it in, then you plug something in up there and run your cord down, and you're good to go. So, like, ridiculously easy to put together whenever you're assembling it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that like I had trouble with or anything. Honestly, I think the hardest part that I had, I clicked the button, hang on. The hardest part that I had was with the bench, just making sure it was straight and correct and all that type of stuff. And I'm known for this. I'm not a handy guy. I hate maintenance type of stuff. And so, putting stuff together, like I can do it because I think it's just kind of something that you need to know how to do. But it definitely, I'm not 100% perfect. I'll just say that. But I was able to do this whole sauna in 2 hours, which I thought was fantastic. The simplicity of it was super easy. What are the dimensions of the sauna, and will it fit in a small space? So that's the main reason why I got this particular sauna. I saw a very similar sauna in size at my sister's house in her bedroom. And whenever I was in there, I realized, I just had this epiphany. I was like, I'm pretty sure that this could fit into the corner of our room. So I'm going to take you guys on back out again. And so that's what got me to do this. I did not grab a tape measure, and I meant to do that. But the dimensions of this are super simple. It is 3 foot by 3 foot. I don't know I can give you an idea because I have to stand up in here. I can almost all the way stand up in here. So let me take you guys on back a little bit so we can take a closer look. And let me turn off the sound machine too. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, but let me click this button over here right quick so that y'all aren't disturbed by that. So I'm going to close this up right here. So this is the footprint of it in our room. And as you can see, there's plenty of room up top right here between the ceiling and the top of the sauna. And we actually have like some books right here that I want to read. It came with this backrest that I don't really use just because I don't think I need it. I usually try to like work on my posture while I'm in the sauna. So I stand up or I sit up straight. But I am 5'11" to give you guys an idea. And I'll just stand right next to this so y'all, let me make it, let's go straight on so y'all get a better idea of what that actually is like. Like that. There we go. I think that's going to be best. So I'm 5'11", and so it comes up like I could barely just stand up on the inside. And so there's, I mean, like a finger length that makes up this top part right here. And then that's it. So it's a very, very small space that you can easily fit into just a corner of a room. So I'm just going to kind of turn it a little bit so y'all can see the corner that we have it in. We have this window right here. This curtain stays closed most of the time with this panel. We just open up this one to let some sunlight in. And then there's nothing else, back here or anything. And then it fits right here along the wall. And then I have just my exercise bike right there on the side of that. So fantastic footprint. And that's the main reason why I decided to go with this after seeing it at my sister's house, because it was just so small. So, because I used to go to a different place, like a business, to be able to do a sauna, and always saw theirs. And I was like, man, I'd love to have just a room for a sauna because they're so big, blah, blah, blah. Well, then once I found this, I was like, oh, there's no reason. Like, let's cancel that subscription and just get this where I can do it in the house. And I don't have to even worry about like driving in traffic and all that type of stuff as well. So love this thing. Absolutely love it. Like I said, I use it just about every night. I think there's a handful of nights that I have not used this sauna. It just works really well. All right, let's go on to your next questions. By the way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will answer them as I see them. What is chromotherapy, and how does it work with this sauna? So on both sides of the sauna, right here on the control panel, let me see if I can show it to you guys. Let's see, we'll do like that. Is it? Yeah, there we go. And I'll pick you guys on it. All right, so you have your control panel right here, and it has this RGB button. You just simply press the button, and you'll see that your light colors are going to change within the sauna as I press. It has a whole rainbow of colors that it goes through. And all these different colors are supposed to be able to help your energy, help your mood, all that type of stuff. I do my saunas at night, all my sauna sessions, and I am a fan of just getting red light at night so that my circadian rhythm doesn't get messed up. And so I always just leave it on this red color right here. But there are some other colors that are good for you, depending on like what you're trying to do. And I can't remember what it was. I remember and in the instructions for this sauna, they give you all the information about the chromotherapy stuff. But I do want to point out that it does have all the chromotherapy lights on there, if that's something that you're wanting to utilize. Like I said, I just like the red one. But what I was going to say is whenever I used to do sauna sessions at that business that I went to, they had like a paper on their wall what all the different colors did. So that there is that. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I don't have any data on that, but I did want to point out that there is something to it, because I do the red light stuff at night, and I've been sleeping like a rock. Now I don't know if it's because I've been sweating out everything, or if it's because of the red light stuff. I also have like red light glasses that I wear some nights, just to, again, filter out that blue light so that my circadian rhythm doesn't get all out of whack. Okay, number 6. How does the Bluetooth sound system work, and is it easy to set up? So, is it easy to set up? Let's answer that first. It is easy to set up, because whenever you first open your phone to be able to connect to a Bluetooth device, it recognizes it. You just simply click the button and you're good to go. I don't use it. So whenever I'm in here, I usually just don't have a need for the speakers. I actually bring my phone in here most of the time, and I just keep it kind of right here by the door so that I know it's getting a little, like, it's not, the heat's not messing it up too much. It's probably not the best thing for the phone, but it's what I do. And the other reason why is because I don't know how the sound sounds on the outside of the sauna. And I do my sessions usually kind of later at night, and I don't want the kids to be able to like hear music or a video or anything like that while I'm doing it. That being said, whenever I first got the sauna, I did test it out just to kind of see how it worked and if it was good. And I got to say that the audio was awesome on there. You got 2 speakers here. Look, I'll show it to you guys here on Amazon. You got 2 speakers right there and right there. Now let's see. Now you guys, come on. Hang on, I gotta figure out how to do this. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So yeah, there we go. Speakers there, right on up there. So you have 1, 2 speakers. They work really well. They put out good audio. So I can't complain about it in any way, just except for the fact that I really don't have a use case for it in my situation, because I usually do my sessions late at night. So easy to set up. Oh, another thing I can point out is that there's also a USB port on this panel. So if you don't want to connect your phone to it, like via Bluetooth, you can also just put some music onto a drive, a thumb drive or whatever, and you can just plug that right on in and it can read it from there. So that's super cool about it as well. Okay, so the next question that I sourced for you guys, we have: how long does it take to heat up, and what is the maximum temperature? So the maximum temperature that this sauna can get to, which is actually better than the sauna that I first saw at my sister's place. Hers only goes up to like 140, I believe. This one goes all the way up to 149 degrees. So it'll definitely make you sweat. I notice whenever I'm in here at night, around like the 146 mark, I'm like, I feel it. I can feel myself like start to sweat more. And whenever I'm at 149, it's like, okay, woo, it's time. Let's make that sensor work and cut this thing off, because then once it recognizes the 149 temperature on this little sensor right here, then it'll click. You'll hear it click, and then it simply drops down the degree. I think it gets down to like 143-ish. And then if you stay in, it'll continue back on up to go back up to 149. Now, you don't have to make it go all the way to 149. You can set it to anywhere from 149 or below. So if 149 is just too hot for you, you just set it to be the the highest temperature that you desire, and then it'll take it from there. So works really well as far as heating up. So that's one thing that I'm trying to find a way to make better, if you will. But I'd say for it to get to a warm degree, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes if I had to guess. What I do is, before we put the kids to bed, I get my towel, because I put a towel down in here, and I grab a rag to be able to wipe myself off, and I throw that in here and I turn it on, and then I go and we get the kids to bed, say prayers, all that type of stuff. And then from there, it's usually warm by the time that we do all that. And then I'm able to, hey, Greenleaf, how's it going? And then I'm able to get in here and do my sweating thing. Now, I was saying that I'm trying to find a way to make it more efficient, and I saw somebody else on the top of this thing, on the roof, there is like an open cavity where you can make all your connections, where the speakers are, all the electrical for the heaters and the lights that are up here. And what I saw was he took some gaps and cracks foam spray stuff, and he just kind of went around the outside of that so that it's nice and filled all the way through. I actually thought about getting some batting to be able to put up into there. I just need to like read up a little bit more about it, but I think that that's one way that I'd be able to keep the heat in more so that it doesn't have to work as hard. Hey, the review, what's going on? My friends Jess, y'all been doing all right? Again, if y'all have any questions, further questions about this sauna, let me know. But as far as how long it takes to heat up, I'd say 20. I mean, you can probably get in at 15 if you want to have a tad bit longer session. It's kind of nice, honestly, to get in whenever it's like just at that warm temperature. It's not super hot yet, because you kind of like let your body get used to the temperature as it's going up. So that's nice as well, if you have the time for that. Can I use the sauna for detoxification, weight loss, or pain relief? So kind of what I was saying in the beginning, I use it for like detoxing, you know, getting all the stuff out and then repopulating it with my cup here with electrolyte drink that I have. Sometimes it's just like what I put in here is just water and lemon and salt. Sometimes I do like an actual electrolyte powder that I bought on Amazon. Sometimes it's just some other electrolytes that my wife picked up or something. So just whatever, I'm trying to just get more minerals back into my body. And so that's what I do for. As far as weight loss, I don't know. I'm a fairly skinny guy. You know, I work out. And so I don't really have any data on that. I would assume that it would help because you're sweating stuff out and kind of get your blood pumping, get your body moving. I think all that's good for the body. And so I wish I could give you a better answer there. As far as pain relief, I don't know. I don't have much pain, so I can't really attest to that for you. How energy efficient is the sauna? Does it consume a lot of electricity? That's a really good question, honestly. I'm not sure how much energy it actually takes to power it. It's basically just some heating elements, though, and it's just a simple 110 that plugs into the wall. So it can't be much, if anything at all, to be able to get it to heat up in a very efficient way. So I don't think it's really taking up that much energy. The review, you're doing good. Saw you were live and had to pop in and say hi. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hopefully you stay around. So to answer your question, I don't know if it takes up a lot of electricity. I haven't noticed an increase in my electricity bill over the past year that I've had this, so I can definitely say that. Other than just normal like inflation type stuff. But I've never put, I should do this. They make like little meters that you can get that you plug in like an in-between. And I'd be curious now to know what the energy output would be for this thing, being that I use it every night. Is the infrared heat safe for all ages and health conditions? No clue. Can't really talk to that. I'm a 43, I think, 40-year-old. And I like to think that I'm healthy, and I haven't had any issues with it. My wife gets in here every now and again, and she hasn't had any issues with it. So, I mean, if you've been outside sweating in the sun, then I think it would be kind of similar. I can tell you all that too. That's another thing. Every morning we live down here in Louisiana. In Louisiana, it's very hot, especially during the summertime, even during the fall and the spring sometimes. But I'll sit outside and just like while I'm drinking my coffee, get a good sweat going on outside as well. And then at night I'll come in and do the sauna type of thing. And so it could be just me too. Like I live down here in Louisiana where it's hot all the time, kind of used to it, all that type of stuff. So I don't know. I can't really answer that question. Is it good for all age? How safe is it for all ages? I don't know. Kids have never gotten into here, so I don't really have an answer to that one as well. I don't think they're interested in sitting in a box and sweating. All right, next question. Let's see. Are there any health concerns or precautions I should be aware of before using the sauna? I don't know. And I guess we should get the user's manual. Do I still have that user's manual? I feel like I might. I'm just got to think about where it is. God, because I know in the user's manual they had like I think like a Q&A type of thing in the back all about that. And again, I'm a healthy guy, so I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention to that. All right, how do I clean and maintain the sauna? This is actually a really interesting question because it comes with this thing right here. Hang on, y'all can't see that. Ugh. It comes with this thing right here, and this is like a ozone O3 type of thing, and it also has an ion button up here. And so it has this cord that's already pre-drilled and coming through that panel right there. And then once you have that cord coming through, all you have to do is attach this with 2 screws on the top and the bottom. And then you plug it in right here. I believe they also make it to where if you don't want to screw into it, you can do adhesive as well. And then there's a little like smelly pad that you can put into here just to give it some fragrance if you want to do that. And then whenever you don't want to do O3 whenever you're in here. That's that's kind of like a sanitization type of thing. I believe you can do the ion while you're sitting in here. To be honest, I don't really use this that much because I just forget. So whenever I get out, I'll hit the O3 button, close the door, let it do its thing. As far as like what's been going on in the sauna, as far as like upkeep and whatnot, like I said kind of at the beginning, is that I like to try and work on my posture while I'm in the sauna, although sometimes I'm on my phone, so I start doing this and then I'm like, oh God, let me sit up a little bit and work on this posture. But so I try to sit up like this. I try not to put my back on the back slats right here, so they're not showing any signs of getting messed up, deteriorated, or anything like that. But if you don't want to do that, they do, as I showed y'all earlier. Let me see if I can get it down again. Yeah, it does come with this guy right here. So if you want to utilize one of these like lumbar type of things, you can just simply put this behind you like that. And then that way you can you have something to lean up on without messing up those back slats, and it gives you a good bit of space in between you and the heater. And that's probably a good point. I'm trying to see a way that y'all can see this right here. My cup is in the way. Let's see, maybe I can move it like that. There we go. So you can see a little bit of how much room it gives between the heater and you. Let's see, let me try it on this side. We might be able to see it a little bit better. I don't know if y'all can see that any better or not, but I mean, I'm getting like a good hand width from it. But like I said, I just like to kind of work on my posture. I'm always trying to find like the little things that I can do to help my body feel better and, have better health. And so whenever I just kind of sit up straight like this, work on the posture, let the body sweat, kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone type of thing there. But the point that I brought this up is that if you wanted to have something to lean on, you can use this. You can sweat on it. It might get a little messed up after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know. I have never tested it. But after a while, you can be easier to replace this than it would be to replace this. So if you plan on leaning back, I would recommend that you use this for that. And if you don't use it, you can store it right on top of the sauna. And it's not going to get messed up. And if you do decide that you want to use it, you can just grab it from up there. Can't really see it up there. You just tuck it away. But I did want to point out the floor. And this is probably the part of the sauna that I have the most issue with. No, there's no steam at all in this one. It's a dry sauna, an infrared sauna, the review, Jess. So I'm going to take you guys on down right here again real quick so we can see. Can y'all see that? Okay, so yeah, that's the floor right there. Oh, let me bring Amazon down. That's the floor right there. So, sweat's going to be pulled by gravity and go down. And as you can see, that's kind of where the most wear and tear on the sauna gets, is on these slats right here. I don't know if there's like really a good way to not make this happen. I mean, I don't know. Wiping it down maybe might help a little bit. I try to, whenever I am sweating on the feet, I will wipe up my legs with an extra like little hand towel that I have in here, just so that it doesn't get down into there. But as you can see, like all in the grooves and whatnot, there is some dirt and dust that gets down into there. Sometimes the sweat falls in between there, and I try to take my rag to clean it up. I wish there was a way to where I could, there's screws right here. I could easily pop out those screws, but if there was an easy way, like a latch system, to be able to just open the wooden part up so I could wipe down that particular heater part, that would be very helpful, I think. But I would say that this is probably the one thing that I wish we could find some kind of improvement for. I just don't know what that improvement would be. Just because that's the part where I have probably the most amount of issues, I guess, with upkeep and maintenance. Although I have to say there's really not that much maintenance whenever it really comes down to it. I don't think I've ever really done anything to this thing except for assemble it, which is really nice because I am not a maintenance guy at all. I hate doing maintenance. So if something just works and I don't have to fool with it, awesome. I also thought about, like, if this gets really bad on the floor, maybe sanding it down or something like that. That's just a thought that I had. I don't know if that's kind of protocol or the best thing to do, but I guess you could maybe put a towel down on that, and that might help to alleviate a little bit. Also kind of depends on when you do your sauna sessions and how dirty your feet are, because obviously your feet are going to be down here. I usually, on the bench, I put a towel down here, and I sweat a little bit through that. And as you can see, like, the bench is nice and clean, or as y'all can't see, the bench is nice and clean right there. So there's really no issues as far as that. So I would consider putting a towel on the floor, but then there's that, what I believe is a heater, that the black thing through the slats that's down there. So it might be even a good idea to be able to not have the heater there and just to have something kind of flat on there. I don't know, just some thoughts. I'm thinking out loud right now. Let's see, where were we? What is the lifespan of this sauna, and does it come with a warranty? Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about, warranty. I'm a huge fan of products with a lifetime warranty, and this sauna, because LifePro's products come with a lifetime warranty. I've never had to use the warranty before, so I can't really attest to that, but I love a company that stands behind their products by giving them a lifetime warranty. So that is a plus for me right there. And the lifespan of the sauna, I've had it for a year. I don't have an answer for that yet. I can definitely say that for a year, it's been good for me, a year and a couple months. So it does its job, and it does it well. So that's all I can really say to that. Next question for you guys. Are replacement parts available if something breaks? So this is an interesting question because I'm trying to think of what would break. Like, it's a giant box made out of wood. I believe this is actually Canadian maple wood. I was reading about like sauna woods recently, and I believe that the Canadian maple is kind of like the way to go. And that's what I'm pretty sure that's what this is made out of right here. But what was the question? Replacement parts. Like, I guess the heaters could go down, maybe. and they're screws right here, so they're obviously just screwed into the wall. You don't know, like, I don't have any experience with it because it comes pre-assembled like this. So I don't know like what it takes to zip them out and zip them in and all that type of stuff. But being that it has a lifetime warranty, I would assume that they would have some kind of replacement parts to be able to fix whatever's wrong if you have that issue. So, I mean, I guess one like these things, this comes not assembled, the little cup holder right here. So if that's like breaks or something, I'm sure they would get you another one, or you can sell them. You can buy another one. Oh, they also make a hook for a towel. I don't use it. It's just like this, except it's long and got a little nub on it. You just simply screw it into the wall somewhere. And I just don't use it. I don't have a use case for it, so I never installed it. But I did want to point that out. It does have, it's a wooden like little hook thing. Let's see. Is it comfortable to sit in for extended periods? So I can tell you that I sit in this thing for usually about 20 minutes every night. And I don't have any issues. I do take a towel and I put it down on the seat part right here. And it's usually like doubled over. So it's like, a towel folded. And I just kind of fill up the little bench part right here. And whenever I'm sitting on here, I got a bony butt too. So I can, like right now without that towel, I can definitely feel the my bones connecting with the hard wood right here. But whenever I have that towel down, it adds just that little bit of cushion that I like for whenever I am sitting in the sauna. And I haven't really had any issues with that. And also, I think it kind of helps me to think about my posture too. While I'm in here sitting on that, just because it makes it a little bit more comfortable, especially whenever you remember to rock and all that type of stuff. So, is it comfortable? Yeah, I haven't had an issue with it because I put a towel down every time I do it. Does the sauna emit any noticeable odors from the wood or heat? Nope, I haven't had no odor issues at all. And I can attest to this by saying that my wife has an extremely sensitive nose. And so anytime like someone walks in with perfume, cologne, if we're out on the street walking and somebody has their dryer going and they have like a strong scent in the dryer, her nose like immediately can pick up on it. And sometimes if it's like bad enough, it can trigger a headache for her. And so, like I said, I use this thing every night. It's in the bedroom. My wife is usually laying in the bed right over there, not 10 feet away. And we've never had any issues with any type of smells, any odors, or anything like that. I mean, it's literally wood, whatever this stuff is made out of. It's like a black mesh. I'm assuming it's some kind of like wiry type stuff. And then you have the heater panel behind there. There's plastic in no, actually that's metal. The speakers are metal, the covers, the side of it too. I just noticed that for the first time. The whole speaker encasing is metal, light and light. This feels like glass. Oh, the lights right here. This temperature thing is metal. This thing right here is plastic. Hadn't had any funky smells with that. That produces O3 though, so if you turn that on, you probably get like that sanitary smell coming through. Like whenever you walk into a hotel room for the first time, whenever you're on a trip, they usually run a sanitizer through hotel rooms, and so you might smell that type of smell. But with this thing right here, the ozone thing, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's got little pads that you can put into that. And if you want, you can put like essential oils, or they may make some that have certain scents on them. So if you wanted to create a relaxing smell inside the sauna, you could do that using that as well. So that's another plus right there. Is a sauna worth the price? In my opinion, yes, because I use it so often. You have to ask yourself, how much are you going to use it? So whenever I was going to that business and using their saunas, I want to say I was paying like $30 a session. And so, I mean, with just that right there, I mean, you do 100 sessions. that covers it right there. And so that's a third of the year. So I've already, made, how do I say that? I've already, like, if I would have done a session with them every day for 30 days, I'm trying to do math in my head. 30 sessions, 100 days, that would be more than the price of this thing right here. And that only gets you through a third of the year. So again, depends on how much you're going to use it. If you're just going to use it once a week, it would take you a lot longer, take you 2 years to be able to kind of, if you will, recoup the money that you put into it, depending on the prices of where you can go to have a sauna session done. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So is it worth the price? Yes, I think it's worth the price, especially if you do it as much as I do. Are there any ongoing costs associated with owning and using the sauna? Is the next question. Other than powering it, turning it on, washing a towel, which hopefully you're doing already. No, there's no additional, other than water and electricity. Because that's what it is. I'm really racking my brain right now to think if there's any other costs that I can think of that this thing makes you have to pay. If anything, it reduces costs because I don't have to pay for the membership to go and have it done, and I don't have to drive to that place, thus wasting gas and time to be able to drive there and back. So the fact that it fits in the bedroom was like the ultimate sales point for me. And then the fact that I don't have to pay for that fee anymore, and the cost of the gas to drive to and from, and the time that it takes to drive to and from. To me, it's a no-brainer right there. Let's see. Can I use this sauna for yoga or other relaxing exercises? So that's an interesting question. For the yoga part, you're limited to the 3 foot by 3 foot space right here. So I do want to point that out. You'd be good for stretching. I can stretch my hands all the way up and I don't hit the ceiling here. Like I'm right at that temperature sensor right here that's dangling down. You can do some stretching in here if you wanted to do that. If you have some tense muscles, you could easily get like a tennis ball and kind of roll it on your muscles or use it to massage. Be a great way to do kind of like a self-massage type of thing, especially whenever you start to sweat, because it adds that little bit of moisture to be able to manipulate the skin a little bit easier, which is nice. You're obviously not going to be able to do like warrior pose in here or anything like that. You're not going to be able to downward dog it just because you're limited to your spaces. Now, one thing that you asked about relaxation exercises is if you're a fan of doing breathing exercises. That's one thing that I try to do in here, and it can make it a little bit more, I don't want to say tough, but it's a little bit harder than just regular breathing because you have all that dry air around you from the sauna. So, your breathing, I think, will be enhanced by that. Because that's something that you can do without having to move the body much. So that's one reason why I like to do that while I'm in the sauna. So I'm trying to think of what other exercises you could do in here, kind of relaxation or yoga type of thing. And other than like stretching here, I guess you could bring some weights into here, like some small weights. And if you wanted to do like some simple arm, you could do some triceps. Depending on how tall you are, like for me, whenever I stand up in here, I hit the roof. So I wouldn't be able to do like leg exercises that well unless it was something that was right here. And I'm trying to think of like what I could do. A sitting tree pose, which is basically just crossing your legs. I'm really like trying to rack my brain right now to figure out if there's anything that you could do in here. I'm trying to think of like other sitting. So there is one yoga pose I did a long time ago. I used to do Bikram yoga, and there was one where you kind of like put your leg up and you twist, and you probably have enough room to be able to do those sitting twisting style of yoga poses. And because you're in the sauna doing it, you probably be a little bit more limber and lubricated to be able to hopefully go just that little bit further in your stretches and in your poses. So that's definitely something that you might be able to do. I'm trying to remember like what were some of the other poses. I mean, I guess you could also, since my hands, I'm touching the top right here, you could probably do like a sitting moon pose, or you kind of lean to the side. You would just probably have to scoot over to one side and then do it this way. And then you'd have to scoot over to this side and do it this way. So that's kind of the drawbacks to a small space, is that you can't really exercise in it very well if you wanted to do that. But I really like I never thought about bringing some weights in here. I think I might actually do that. That is a really good idea, just to add that little bit of exercise, because you can do some curls here. You could drop down. You could do some triceps here. Y'all let me know what other types of exercises you could do. Sitting down. Just think of look, you could go and just search sitting down exercises, and as long as you don't have to like extend the arms, then you're probably good. And then, of course, like I said, breathing is another good thing that you can do while you're in here. All right, we're almost to the end of the questions here, so let me know if y'all have one in the chat here. How does far infrared technology differ from near infrared technology? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know that much of the difference between the two, so I can't really talk to that. It's a heat thing, I believe, and like how much of the heat can actually get into the muscles, I believe. I could be wrong about that. And I do know that some people make light therapy pads, and they have like infrared lights in there, and I don't know if it's far or near and all that type of stuff. I was wondering if the red light that they have up here has that, but I don't think it does. So I can't answer that question for you. Why is Canadian hemlock wood used, and does it affect the sauna experience? I believe it's just a better type of wood, like from what I understand about it. Another thing too is that it's really light as well. So whenever I was going to put this thing together, I was really surprised at how easy it was for me to be able to move these things around. In fact, towards the end here, whenever I get out, I'll show you guys how I can move the entire box just by simply sliding it on the floor. It is ridiculously light and ridiculously easy to move. So if you needed to move it from room to room, one, you could easily unlatch it to be able to bring it piece by piece if you needed to do that. The only reason why you would need to do that is if your door frames are not big enough for a 3-foot sauna to be able to go through. You'd have to measure your door to find out, but that's one thing that you might want to check out if you do plan on moving the sauna from like room to room or something like that. We don't, we just keep it in here and it fits well right here. If we did have to move, we would probably disassemble it just to save space in like the moving truck or whatever, and then just reassemble it whenever you get back. But it is super duper light. And I believe it's because of the type of, obviously, if you had like an oak or something like that, that would be super dense because it's super heavy. All right, last question. Can this sauna be moved easily if I change homes? I mean, yes, because it's so light. Like it's ridiculously light, for what I thought a sauna would. If you go back and watch the live stream of me assembling it and you see me like moving it around, I'm like flabbergasted at how easy it was to move the thing. So it's definitely super easy. The hardest thing about moving it home to home is getting it through doorways, making sure it actually fits in between the door frame that you have to be able to get it out and into the moving truck or something like that. So that was all the questions, but I want to bring you guys on back and I'm going to show you how easy it is to move this thing, since we're talking about moving. Not us moving, just moving it and just, Don't fall. All right, so we have it right there. Oh, let me get my tripod right. Just like that. Okay, so y'all can see now. Turn off the light. By the way, whenever I come to first start it, like right before we put the kids to bed and whatnot, I hit the power button to turn on the heat, and I hit that RBG button to turn on the red. That's all I have to do. If my wife was in there before, I'd make sure that the temperature was to the highest point because I like to have it at 149. But it's very easy to just get started. As far as moving it, like it's ridiculously easy. I could move this thing, one person, simply scooting it around. It is not heavy at all. Oh, I guess I could show y'all real quick. I won't be able to show you guys, but I can show Amazon just because it's a giant computer. But up here, this is the cord. It comes out through a little hole up here. And then I just simply have it running down and plugged into the back right there. So they give you a nice long cord was my reason for wanting to mention that so that it can go all the way up and down the sauna. So that's all the questions that you guys had for me that I had printed up. So I love the sauna. Get into it every night for the most part. I mean, I can, like in the past year, I can maybe a handful of times that I didn't do it, mainly because I was probably traveling or just like ridiculously tired. So if that's it, y'all, I don't see any questions. Thank y'all for watching. This is something that you're interested in. Definitely go and check it out. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if it was. And Dad out. All right, so on Amazon, I can't mention QR codes because they don't allow that or whatever. So I figured that I would just come on here and say, if you guys are interested in the sauna, this is the QR code for it. And it really is an amazing sauna. It works extremely well, super easy to put together. You can move it around very easily, very easy to operate. So highly recommend this thing if y'all are looking for a fantastic. On the listing, I believe it says it's a 1 to 2 person sauna. If it's a 2-person sauna, you're going to be like in tight quarters. I would say it's more of a 1-person sauna than anything. So I just wanted to, I forgot to mention that on Amazon, but because nobody left a question, but I noticed it whenever I was setting up for this live stream, is that they were saying, it said a 2-person. I was like, I don't know if that's actually a 2-person sauna. Because I believe whenever we first got it, my wife and I were just interested to see like how close we would actually be whenever we were both in there. And so we both tried to sit down in there. And I mean, like, skin on skin type of touching. And so there'd be a lot of sweat in there. You got 2 forms of body heat in there. So we get really, really hot, but it's a fantastic piece of equipment. If you're looking for a sauna to add to your house, that's lightweight, easy to put together, honestly, good for the price, in my opinion. Sometimes on Amazon, it does go on sale, like Prime Days and Black Fridays and all that type of stuff. So if you want to try and catch it on a sale, add it to your cart right now so that you get a notification of whenever it tells you, Amazon tells you that there's a price drop, and then they'll know. So that's another little like hack that I have for you. If you shop a lot on Amazon, is that you can add it to your cart, and then whenever next time you're on Amazon, it'll say, you know, this has a price drop. Go and check it out or whatever. So if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank y'all for watching. Actually, I might come live again. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll go live this weekend. I have a steel shelf, another steel shelf that I need to put together. I don't know if I'm going to go live with it or not. But for this one, I am done. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for all the questions. Thanks for the review and Greenleaf for chatting with me for even if it was just a second in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Dad out.